But AAA may have actually found a weakness to CLG's play here. They said, well, CLG want to make this go into the long game, you know what? Let's just find a playstyle where we can turn that into our advantage, where we actually have things that work well in the late game as well, and where we outfarm them, which is, you know, no easy feat to outfarm these guys.
Yeah, I'm just watching the middle setup, whether they're going to catch it. A lot has been hinging on Mummer actually landing those dart bindings, and he's just not had a chance. You can see Big Fat LP being very wise. That dart binding's flashing through, no chance. And the Tormented Soil actually pretty much clearing out that wave, no problem at all. So he's already got that needly large rod up there. Sorcerer's Boots as well. Linak this time maybe going to try and force something from it. Will he go around the back? No, he's just going to try and steal the Wolves. It doesn't matter though. The pings go down. They realise that St. Vicious is there, so why is he going to back away? And this is the problem now. St. Vicious is getting pretty strong, so everywhere they actually go, he can just ulti straight in, and he's going to be a double protective layer. Oh, Udir might get caught out at the top here, just keeping my eye on Hotshot, and Linak will just force him to back away. Very passive game.
Who has the blue buff from Team CLG currently is my question. I don't see it on anyone. I see that Shyvana has a blue buff, but it might be theirs as well. I haven't seen Ari with a blue buff actually. The jungle doesn't have it either.
Linak's got one.
Linux got one, yeah, that might be from their team though, so I'm not entirely sure the blue buff for, because I was thinking right now, if I was AAA and I wanted to force a fight, the blue buff would be a nice option. Not entirely sure, no, Legion doesn't have a blue buff either. Just take it. I'm sorry, I'm not entirely sure what you were pointing at.
You're completely distracted, clearly. Meanwhile, you can see that well, Shyvana's coming across the Mummer again. Mummer's going to go back. I'm guessing we're going to see a Rabadon's. Oh no, it's a Tanzania's Hourglass straight away. Okay, Trinity Force also completed by Corki. Suddenly Against All Authorities have some pretty strong items here. So I'm going to expect to start getting a lot more aggressive. Wow, 17 minutes in, it's still 0-0. This is such a passive game. It's been built up, but Yorick at 2,600 gold sitting at the top there. So I expect to see him going back and buying in a moment because, well, frankly, oh, here we go. Here we go. Now we're going to see some action. The blue buff has just spawned up. You can see Linak pushing in and around there. He's going to get spotted out by CLG, but he's got the rest of Against All Authorities coming in now. Suddenly it's a four-man push straight on towards Hotshot. I'm not sure if he's the right target to be going for. They will dive across. He's actually cross-targeting. Probably not the ideal point. And you can see actually they're all going to back away from this. Nobody's going down. I don't believe it. Soaz is going to get charmed in. Soaz surely going to go down. Will be first blood. Finally, CLG pick up the first blood. Can they manage to stop Against All Authorities, taking away the blue buff? Yes, they will. But N-rated is also in all sorts of trouble. N-rated will go down as well. That will be a kill for Against All Authorities. But, well, Linak did steal away that blue buff in amongst all that. But, wow, 2-1. And finally, at 18 minutes, we get a kill.
Action. Yes.
Down the bottom, I just missed it.
Wow, yes, I just saw a dead Corki there. And while all this was going on, of course, the support was missing from bot lane because N-rated was there trying to take the blue buff, which I guess they did, but this really didn't make it worth it. And Moma is now coming bot lane. I'm not quite sure what he wants to do. Clearly that turret is down. Wit's End picked up by Shen. Ooh, yeah, the new passive resets more quickly with every time Shen attacks, so the attack speed on Shen is just such a massive damage boost to him right now.
So it's actually Jouster that marked up Linak there. It's just like, no, really, really Hotshot, back off.
Yeah.
It wasn't Hotshot. Hotshot was just like, well, I know he's there, just ran past me. So Jouster laying down the law and saying, no, you need to complete playing it safe. We're 2-1 up, 3-1 up, sorry. Obviously that kill down the bottom. So taking the tower eye as well, so which has really turned it in their favour a little bit here. It is still very even in goal, but obviously the CS really kind of going towards Against All Authority. Just going to have a look towards the top. I can see Yorick harassing on Hotshot GG there. Going to try and push around him. Hotshot's going to probably be able to get away from this one. I don't think it's slow from Yorick's gear. He's not going to pursue it. Let the ghouls just do their job and back away. So still incredibly calm stuff from both teams. No crazy attacks. And Daniel, this is actually what I expected, I hate to say.
What is?
A slow game.
A slow game. Well, yeah, with CLG, that's always the safe bet. Moma actually getting charmed in mid lane, chunked down to about half health. He missed one very crucial Dark Binding that didn't fight near the CLG's blue. That could have been a much better fight. But AAA, remember, they did the last dragon, so they should have the timer. They're setting up for it right now. Unless they messed up the timer, they should get an easy dragon, but I guess they did mess up the timer, Lee. I guess adding 6 to a number can be pretty hard.
It can be pretty hard when you're on a huge stage in the middle of Germany with a lot of pressure on you and a lot of faces staring at you.
There it is.
Ready for this one this time. But, well, CLG are going to be ready for this one. Chauster's actually could come round. Chauster's going to go looking with that Oracle. He might get caught out here. He's got to be very careful. He is going to go through. Actually, Big for LB getting caught out with the dart bind is their moment. It is very low, though. They're maybe going to think they can lunge on this one. Meanwhile, I can see Vayne is also pushing. Zonya's hourglass is popped. Don't think he's going to be able to get away with this one. Has popped his ulti. Tries to proc it off. Doesn't happen. Meanwhile, Vayne manages to catch down Shyvana down the bottom here. N-Rate's in all sorts of trouble, and they will pick up a triple kill in amongst that. Wow, very nicely played. And it's going to be the Dragon as well. CLG in the driving seat all of a sudden, 6-1 up.
I'm not entirely sure why there weren't more members of AAA there at the Dragon. It was really just Shyvana and Alistair doing the Dragon, which is not the safest thing to be doing in the world, even at 21 minutes. And CLG did the exact right thing. They punished them for it. They are now 6-1 ahead, like you said. And this is looking really, really good for them. Which is kind of strange because, you know, CLG got beaten by Dignitas. And I don't know, I'm trying to construct a chain of losses here that's kind of self-contradictory, which I guess is what we have right now. I mean, these teams are, it's definitely not like, oh, one team's better than the other one, so they're going to win against them each and every time. Every game is very, very different. And Hotshot gets the stun in on Soas there. He's going to try and harass him a little bit. Soas may actually turn around and fight him. No, he's going to be safe.
Hotshot is getting into a dangerously strong position, actually. He's been very confident, running straight past, going straight for golems, farming out the golems as you would with, say, Shyvana on top there. Look, it's doing it again. Completely ignoring that. Going actually to pick up the wave. He's been picking up the farm as well, lower down. And now Shyvana's coming up and saying, look, really, we're going to have to deal with this guy. It's not working out too well. Morgana's moving up, but they are passing a ward as you go. What I'm going by is the mini-map at the moment down the bottom corner. And you can see Shyvana actually catching on towards Hotshot. Well, should lay down a bit of damage, but it's just not enough. And Soas doesn't have the mana to deal in there. They do have Janna support. Morgana didn't go up because he's having to fight off in the mid. So CLG pushing well.
Look at him. He's like, oh, there's two people. I guess I'll chase them.
He's still quite happy farming. They've got absolutely no respect whatsoever for against all authority here. So Hotshot GG in full farm mode. Well, they are going to go for it, but he realizes that Soas hasn't got the mana, so he's just not worried about it until they actually push the problem, the middle, sorry. And now it's actually causing a problem for middle because you can see CLG are like, well, fine, you're distracting them there. We're going to try and push through the middle. And meanwhile, Shen is quite happy. He can just ulti in at any moment whatsoever, which is why Hotshot's feeling so confident.
Well, he doesn't have his ulti quite back yet. It's still a few seconds, but it's going to be enough time. N-Rated having to use his own ultimate just to get away from a lone Hotshot there, from a lone Udyr. It's causing all kinds of trouble. Double lift coming in from behind right now. He's on yellow star. He's taking it down to half health already. There's the Yorick ulti on yellow star, so they can probably fight this right now. Hotshot is very, very low. Linak is on him in dragon form. He gets away because he is Hotshot and he will not be stopped. You said it exactly right. There was no respect.
He's coming back in.
I'm not scared of you. You can't even kill me. You can't touch me. And you know what? Part of that may be psychological play, actually. He may be doing this on purpose, just saying, you know what, guys, I'm going to mess with your nerves right now. I'm going to show myself to two people and not care. And they're still in their forest. Linak can't even take his own red. Moma has to come and protect him. Oh.
And in the meantime, while this is all happening, Shen's quite happily pushing down the bottom. He's just forcing the issue on the bottom tower. So the inner turret is already being threatened. But against all authorities, having a little bit of problem. There you go. Top turret finally goes down to the minions because Hotshot wasn't even taking them. He was just taking all the minions while he's up there. He's got the timer on the golem, so he's just going to invade that. CLG are looking very, very strong at the moment. 6-1 up. They just start to stretch that gold. You can see it's 6k gold difference as well. It's definitely working very well for CLG. And they are suddenly realizing they're waking up their potential for this group stage.
This is the CLG I wanted to see, Lee. There was talk about how hard they trained, how unlike any other event this is for them, how much they actually prepared for this. And this is exactly the confident team I wanted to see. I mean, Hotshot it's just a joy to watch there top lane, how he just really doesn't care. And you know what? They're doing Baron at the same time. They almost snuck it past us as well. Big Fat took the red buff from the enemy as well. That's a free Baron that puts them about 8k gold ahead. Yeah, that is definitely worth the applause here. AAA are being bullied. There is no other word for it. They're not even picking fights with them. They're just like, you know what, come here, come here. You want to fight? You want to fight?
You want to fight me?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I want to.
But you mentioned it right at the start. You know, the passive sort of play is just playing straight into CLG's favour. You know, they're so happy to do that, which is what Dignitas sort of gone in their faces early on this morning, and it kind of worked in their favour. But Against All Authorities really are going to be pushed against it now. They've realised they. I assume they realise they've lost Baron now. They didn't see any pings or anything going down. They're going to suddenly...
Oblivious.
Yeah, could be oblivious to it, but I think they've just realised they're all porting back. They're like, okay, we need to brace ourselves here because CLG are going to be pushing straight at the middle. Now they see them. They can see them charging through. Let's have a look at their items, what they've been buying. We've got a double Randians over here. Odia and Shen, so very, very tanky. Willie the Ancients as well on Ari. We saw how strong Willie the Ancients can be earlier on with Cassiopeia. And we've got Phantom Dancer, Bloodthirster, and a Quicksilver Sash on Vayne. So Vayne looking very strong as well. And, you know, we talked about the Vayne Janna lane. It's great at this level. The early stages, if you harass it enough, it can be a problem. But they just didn't get harassed.
Not sufficiently. Definitely not sufficiently. And the two Rundowns are really like, there's two Rundowns and actually two Wits Ends as well. So they have these two super tanky men that'll just run and do tons of damage and be very, very sticky and just slow you down. And they're just going for this turret, and they're not very bothered by the turret attacking them. Hotshot just tanking it easily enough. This is really, really great coordination from the team as well. They broke off all together. No one lingered and thought maybe we should push a little more. They knew exactly when to go out, and they knew exactly when to push in as well. And guess what Hotshot is doing? He is in the jungle hunting down Linak by himself.
Yeah, and he may well get this kill here, and I think he will. I think Linak's going to have to use the ulti to try and get out of this one. Has got Soaz to come in support. Will he try and use the ulti? He's had to ulti up, and he's been taken down already. Tried to delay it for much longer than he should have. And has been taken down, and that's open CLG. Wow, Soaz getting chipped. Look at the damage from Vayne. Just hammering straight in his backside there. It's just burning down his health. Ari, meanwhile, you can see Big Fat OP down the side, but it doesn't matter. They're going to take the base turret without any fight whatsoever from Against All Authority. They have no response to this whatsoever, and that inhibitor is going to go down very quickly. CLG are dominating.
It is incredible. Hotshot GG during the whole attack on the inhibitor tower was standing on the far side of the inhibitor, scaring the entire enemy team off by himself. Well, that's a scary